YouTube. I'm back for my promised review of Dance With Me by Heidi Cullinan. I finally finished it, and I'm now reviewing it for your viewing pleasure and decision whether you want to read this gem of a book or not. Now, if you aren't familiar with this genre of book, it's the gay romance genre, so it has sex scenes in it. Meaning, if you can't handle sex scenes, you're only warning. Okay? So, now that everyone who wants to see the video officially didn't click out, let's begin the review, shall we? I'll start with the plot. Now, the main characters' names are Ed Moore and Lawrence Parker. Lawrence goes by name Laurie throughout the entire story, so I'm going to address him as Laurie. So, yeah, don't think I'm addressing the girl. His nickname's Laurie. Okay, so basically, the main plot is Ed and Laurie are working at this youth center for kids. Ed is like a weightlifting instructor for like some neighborhood youth, and Laurie is doing an aerobics class. Basically, before they start work at the center, Ed was a semi-pro football player, but had to retire due to a bad neck injury that nearly left him paralyzed. And Laurie was for like a professional dancer, like performing on stage. But after he and his partner at the time came out by dancing in a competition together, both being guys, let's just say the judges and everyone in the crowd reacted as if he and his lover started stripping and having sex in front of everyone instead of, dancing together. So yeah, due to that totally mature reaction from totally mature adults, he developed performance anxiety, so he began taking part in the center to do something. Basically, one day, as they won't get along this time, Ed constantly complained about Laurie's loud music interrupting his weightlifting class. So they ended up making this deal. Laurie would use a different sound system that wouldn't disturb Ed's class if Ed became Laurie's dancing partner to help teach him a class he was struggling with. He agreed because he really wanted to have his class be undisturbed. So yeah, they start out hating one another. Ed hated Laurie because he viewed Laurie as a walking gay stereotype, like overly feminine and all that. And Laurie viewed Ed as a Neanderthal, like actually called him that to the center manager Vicky, like a Neanderthal. So yeah, basically as they get to know each other, their perceptions about each other change, and they ended up falling in love. So yes, going and there are two subplots with this, which would be Ed having to for like character wise, like one is like Ed having to come to terms with the fact that he is now technically disabled due to his neck injury because it flares up and makes life difficult occasionally. He had to come to terms with the injuries a part of him and that he can't push himself as hard as he used to, which, considering his pride, was a hard pill to swallow. And Laurie had to overcome his anxiety about his past and what happened that day in order to perform again because he loved performing. So yeah, that's the main plot. Time to go on to the characters. The main characters, Ed Moore and Laurie Parker, are really good. I think they're a great couple. Like they're like opposites some way, and they're like opposites, but they feel real. Like Ed is like that guy who won't go to the doctor until he's in debilitating pain. And basically, if for anyone who knows someone so stubborn that it's hard to get go to doctors, he's that kind of guy. So basically, having to give up, having to come to terms with the fact that he'll a, never be able to play football again, and will have to depend on people more than he had to in the past. It's a hard pill for him to swallow. He's kind of prideful that way, but he's good-hearted. He cares about people. He's kind of naive when it comes to reading people at times in the book. But overall, he's a good guy. Like, the kind of guy that at times will make you bang your head against the wall because of frustration. But other times, you want a guy you just love to be around. As for his soon-to-be lover, Laurie, that's him in the cover, he's neurotic to a high degree, but he does have a good heart too. He has a lot of anxiousness about him. He's just kind of wound up, but he is a good person. And once you get to know him, like with what that did, he's not so much as a walking gay stereotype as he first appears to be, because there is a bit more to him than that. Like his love of dancing, which he uses as a coping mechanism. His like yeah, he's an overall good guy, and there's he's a good character. And another character who has a prominent role in the story is Laurie's mother and his godfather. Laurie's mother is kind of pushy towards her son. Like, she wants the best for him, so she tries to push him to reform because she knows he loved it. But at the same time, but she pushes him too hard, and it's driving him away to some degree. And she did make some mistakes in his past by telling him he could be gay but couldn't act on it. And it's like, yeah, helpful. Parent advice of the year. Seriously, if you ever consider doing that, please don't. Like, please. And then his godfather, who is also gay and does have a boyfriend, husband. I don't know, they use the term partner, so I can't tell if they're married, engaged, or just dating. So, but anyway, Oliver is kind of pushes Laurie throughout the story to be more embrace his sexuality more than he does. Laurie's kind of screams about it first, but yeah, you can tell he just is trying to help. Like I have a theory that he may repress himself in the past, and that's why he's so insistent upon with his godson. He doesn't want. I don't think he wants Laurie to make the same mistakes I theorize he made. Again, they don't say this in the book. This is just a theory I came up with to explain where some of his behavior comes from. But yeah, like yeah, that's basically my theory on him. So yeah. Another prominent character is Vicky and Dion. They are not main characters, they're more like side characters like the other two I mentioned. Like Vicky's the manager for the Haycon Center where they volunteer at, and she just there comes a plot point where the Haycon Center needs like some help to stay open. So they eventually so Laurie eventually opens his own center. So once it gets steady, he can kind of support the center, help support the center with his, like to the studio was open in himself. But they do a fundraiser for the center eventually in the book, so that they have money. Because throughout the book, it's mentioned that there are some money problems for the center. Yeah, and Dion's uh, one of the youth that goes there. He had Heidi Cullinan create a story for him too, like where these two guys. It's like it doesn't take place in this book, but there's a story that the author made where these two gay men kind of foster him, and then his grandma said, "No, I don't want him with them because they will turn him gay or some or nonsense like that." But anyway, that's another book for possibly for another day. I didn't read it, or don't even have it either. So moving on to this book, and yeah, other characters are like Maggie, who is like the receptionist at Laurie's the dance studio Laurie has to get in. Ed's parents who are supportive of their son and they have a fine relationship with him. So his mom does worry about him because she knows that he's suffering from depression. Can't speak now. Depression and the neck pain. So she does fret over him, understandably. But yeah, those are the characters I feel are important to mention, unless you want me to go into entire chapters up, about the judges who who expelled Lorian and his lover in the first pages of the book. No? Okay. Now I'm going to thieves and go. Okay, so recovery from trauma is a huge theme in this book. Ed has to accept his injury to his neck and kind of go more easy on himself, so he can live a better life and be happier because the injury makes it so he can't play football anymore. If he tries to end up disabled, he he pushes himself too hard sometimes in the books, and yeah, he pushes himself too hard sometimes, and that causes his neck to act up something terrible. So yeah, Laurie has to overcome his anxiety about performing in front of crowds that the incident with him in the beginning of the book gave him, and just overall relax a bit, which Ed's really good because not only are they opposite with for that, because they're good opposites with Ed more masculine, Laurie's more feminine. They're opposites because Ed's more laid back than Laurie. Laurie's all neurotic and uptight, and Ed's all will just go with the flow, which I find is a good combo because Ed can relax Laurie when Laurie gets all tensed up, and Laurie helps Ed out money wise sometimes through the book. Ed doesn't really like it, but he helps him out whenever he can when they move in. So yeah, and and Ed also helps Laurie too. Like he's just there for the guy, and he also whenever Laurie dances with Ed, he it helps calm him. Like there's this one moment where he goes to the dance area he's opening because of a fight with his mom, and through a mistake he made with painting the wall wrong color. He ends up throwing a hissy fit, and Ed then offers to dance with him, and when that dance is done, they talk it over calmly, and it helps calm him down. Dance with Ed soothes Laurie. It dancing calms him down in general, but dance with Ed does soothe him by itself too. So yeah, Ed helps calm Laurie down, and Laurie helps take care of Ed. It's a good trade-off. Speaking of Laurie and Ed, yeah, I'll take that for the romance chapter. But so yeah, another thing is that I really like is the chapters are named after dance steps that pertain where they are in their relationships. I know in their relationship or recovery or something like that, like or both probably more likely. Like the end chapter when Laurie actually dances in front of a large audience. Spoiler alert. I think it's minor though. Like where Laurie does dance in front of a large audience. It's the chapter is named after end of a dance, meaning he finished his journey. He was in a relationship with Ed and everything. So yeah, and also I like that when they first like during the first class where Ed begins to be attracted to Laurie, they're doing a dance that was done in brothels, and the dance just before they do become a couple, they're doing a like story wise, they're doing a dance that was done in brothels. I thought that was a nice touch. And now, speaking of Ed and Laurie, romance time! The romance in this book is great. It was a love story. The romance better be great, or else you fail your job. Basically, they're like yin and yang. Ed and Laurie, they're like yin and yang. Laurie's more feminine, uptight, a nervous wreck. It's really wound up. Ed is masculine, more laid back, and yeah, they complement each other. They help each other through tough times. Like Ed helps calm Laurie down at times and helps steady him, and Laurie kind of when Laurie helps him around the house eventually, like takes him grocery shopping and stuff. Like especially when Ed eventually becomes unemployed at some point in the story. Like Laurie helps Ed whenever he can when they become close boyfriends, and it's like it's very nice, even though Ed hates the fact his boyfriend has to help take care of him because of his neck issue. It's really nice. Like they help each other out, and that's the way a romance should be in my mind. Both partners should support one another, like you know, like they did in this book. Like yeah. So yeah, and moving on to the next part, I'm going to now talk about the sex scenes because there is an appeal of this genre, and frankly, I have to bring it up because especially if you're part of the main audience for this kind of stuff, you'll want to know what it's like when they when they do finally release all that sexual tension that they build up for like a good chunk of the story. The sex scenes are good. They're really good. They're very in each way. I'm not going to make this feel R-rated, so don't expect me to describe sex acts. But the sex scenes are good. I enjoy them. And yeah, you can kind of see why Oliver is kind of pushing Laurie like to really enjoy himself in that regard. It's like, cause yeah, yeah. And finally, final thoughts. This book was amazing. The characters are amazing. The story feels real. The, like, yeah, the characters feel real. It's a good love story showing a very healthy relationship between the two main characters. So showing them go from hating one another to not be able to live without one another. It's well paced, it's well written, and they feel real. Like these feel like real people. So yeah, if you're a fan book of this, read this. It's made by Heidi Cullinan, and she writes a ton of good books. I actually read another one of her books called another one of her books called Nowhere Ranch. That was also really good in a different way. Like she is if like she writes a ton of gay romance, so but she's like the queen of it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Keep the comment section friendly, cause I will not allow discrimination in the comment section. I mean, I know most viewers won't do it, but you know there are a few assholes that will just enter the video to make me comment. They're everywhere. So yeah, be nice in the comment section. Enjoy your day, and don't forget, sometimes life requires a partner. See ya!